What's up guys, this is Ty the Asian Wonder again, and welcome back to this video series on how to develop a workout routine that best fits your needs and your goals. In this video number 2, I'm going to show you exactly what it is that you need to do for your upper body exercises and for your lower body exercises. But before I start, make sure that you guys have watched the first video already. If you haven't, this is going to be very confusing and it's not going to make sense. So please don't rush. Just go back and watch video number 1 before you watch this second video right here. So we're going to divide the workout routine into an upper body group of exercises and a lower body group of exercises. If you guys will notice right here, I put that it's upper body and related muscles because there's probably muscles in there that's not related to the upper body per se, but I just grouped it so it's easy to remember. And then this one over here, I put lower body and related muscles, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. I have it covered right here with my high-tech PowerPoint slide right here. The reason why I have it covered is because I don't want you guys to get distracted, so you guys can focus on exactly what needs to be understood here. So on the upper body exercise and related muscles, guys, the way that we do this so that you have it in mind what it is that we're doing here is that we're going to do the muscles that are the biggest first and go all the way down to the smallest muscles. Now in the past, I've done systems before where I started training the small muscles and work my way up to the bigger muscles, and I find that there's a safety factor that really concerns me, so that's why I don't do that anymore, because I notice a lot of clients were getting hurt. In other words, if they were to do like triceps and traps and shoulders first, by that time their joints, the upper body area would be too weak, and when they try to bench heavy or do heavy chest exercises, then what it would do is they would risk injury a lot. So what I did was I started reversing it to where you work the heaviest and the strongest exercises first, regardless if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. I want you guys to do the biggest exercises first, and then after that, that's when you have the peak energy, that's when you're the strongest and you're the most active. And then after that, we'll go to the biggest exercise, and then go to the smaller muscles, and smaller muscles. And it is what I call the primary. And this is like the meat and potatoes. This is what you're gonna be doing for the bulk of the time that you're training, right? I'll just put a number 2 here just to be quick. This is the secondary muscle groups. And the reason why these are very easy, and these are what I call like not only just secondary muscle groups, but I like to call it your insurance exercises, because the reason why is because you need these exercises to help stabilize all the other muscles in the body and to also make sure that your core is strong and everything's in the right place. And again, like some of you, a lot of you are going to be interested in just losing body fat only, and you just want to trim down your waist. Well, all that's going to be in here. And in the future, I'm going to do a specific tutorial on ab training only. So just be patient about that. I'm just putting all these videos together. So I just want to get you on the workout routine immediately and just get you going. And then after that, we'll add more stuff to it to make it better, right? So the way that this system works that I developed for you guys, right? So it's a no-brainer so that you can use the exercise that I teach you, and also the system that I have here, it also accommodates other trainers. So if you meet another trainer that has some really good exercise, by all means, make sure that you incorporate it into your system. However, if it's retarded, if it doesn't work better than the ones that I share with you, then obviously there's no need to go and do the other exercise that the other trainer shares with you. So make sure that you do the ones that I share with you first, and then if you see something that's better, by all means, make sure that you incorporate it into the system. However, if you don't have a specific blueprint or a system to incorporate other trainers' materials, it's going to be very tough, right? Because I know some of the clients that I had in the past, one of the struggles they had was that they would work with trainer A, and then they would teach them a certain way, then trainer B would come along and teach them a different way, and trainer C would come along. And this is to help eliminate all that confusion. So even if you had 3 trainers before you came here and got me as your online personal trainer, you'll still be able to incorporate what I have into what your previous trainer already has, okay? And the way that you do that is that you'll take the chest exercise that I have here, and I'll give you an example. Each one of these muscle groups, I'm gonna give you a default exercise. And when I say a default exercise, I mean that this is the best of the best of the best exercise on the market. I don't care what anybody says. I've tested it for over a decade. I know what the best chest exercise is, and you'll know it too. And I'll give you the default for this, which is the barbell flat bench. If you do that right here, that will be your default exercise. And in the workout routine, as you download it and print it out, you'll see that this is the default exercise here will be right here. It will be the barbell and flat bench size. So if you go to the gym and you don't know what any other chest exercise to do, or if you're a complete beginner this is what I recommend you do, because this is hands down the best chest exercise on the market. I don't care what anybody says. It's the best and it's the safest. The only thing that's better than this would be the dumbbell, doing it instead with the bar, doing it with the dumbbells. But that's very dangerous if you don't know how to use dumbbells. And in the beginning, if you don't do it correct, you can really mess up your rotator cuff in the beginning. With this barbell, it's a completely no-brainer. It's easy. Anybody can do it. And even if you do it wrong, it's really hard to mess up your rotator cuff. Whereas with the dumbbells, it's very easy to mess up your rotator cuffs, even when you're doing it correctly, right? So that's why I don't recommend that. I recommend this because of safety and because it's the best one out there that I've seen. Then next after that, we'll do the shoulder press, which is also a barbell. Now, if you're a female and you're just starting out and you've never lifted weights before, you've never exercised before, you may not be able to do a very strong, be able to lift the 45-pound bar or the 25 or 35-pound bars in the gym. That's no problem, because if you look under the list of the chest exercise that I have, right, you'll see that this is for a male, but for a female, right, I'll have the push-ups, the incline push-ups as the default chest exercise. So when you look down the list of chest exercises I have, I'll have it labeled specifically as the default exercise, right? And then I'll also have it labeled as a beginner's level, intermediate level, or advanced level exercise. So if you're let's say that you're a complete beginner, you'll come here to this upper body template right here, you'll look at the chest exercise, go down the list of chest exercise that I have, and if you're a complete beginner, then you would stick with the barbell flat bench as the default exercise. Now, if you've been training for a while and you're not a beginner, right, then that means that you'll select like an intermediate level or an advanced level exercise, and you'll just plug it into this blueprint right here, into this program, this system, and it's good to go. And it's that simple. And it would be the same thing for the shoulders, the traps, and the triceps. Go down to the list of shoulder exercises that I have under the category section on my website, and you'll look, and I'll have a list of shoulder exercises that you can do. And I'm only going to list the shoulder exercises I think that, and not just I think, but I've proven in the field to work to actually develop muscle in your shoulders and to make it stronger and to make it more powerful. Then I'll put it in there and I'll label each one as beginners, intermediate, or advanced level training. And there'll always be a default shoulder exercise so that you'll know what it is. Now, the reason why I label that is so that you don't get hurt. And I categorize each muscle group, remember, as depends upon safety and the ease of doing it. If it's a very difficult exercise to do and it's very dangerous, then I don't label that as a beginning level exercise. I label that as intermediate or advanced level. And you'll see at the beginning of each video, I'll tell you that this exercise here for shoulders is a beginner's level exercise. Anybody can do it. And the ones that's intermediate. And you'll see as you go along and look at the list of exercises that I have in each category right here. Now, when you come down to the secondary exercise right here, the abs, the forearms, the neck, and side to side right here, the forearms and the neck are relatively gonna be the same every time, because there's not that many exercises that you can do for these muscle groups because they're so small, right? Now, I included the forearms in here because I don't want to see you guys, especially you athletes and you bodybuilders, I don't want to see you guys walking around with 16-inch arms and 12-inch forearms and stuff. That's just way out of proportion, and that looks just really freaky, right? So I want to make sure that you have it in there not just for body proportion-wise, but also because we live in the internet age and there's a lot of computer use and a lot of typing and stuff. I find that when I train my clients and they have a lot of forearm exercises included in the program, it also cuts back on the carpal tunnel syndrome, right, in your forearms. So that's very important that you guys do these. It's very quick, very easy, but it prevents a lot of injuries if you do a lot of typing and a lot of computer work. The other thing is that on the neck right here, I include that on both the upper and lower body exercises, right? The reason is because I've found out through all my pressure point training and acupressure training and all my massage therapy work that I've done over the years, I find that one of the easiest ways to release the stress from someone's daily workload is to make sure that they have a strong neck. And I'm not talking about you have to go out there and get one of these UFC necks or these NFL necks where these guys have these bull necks. I'm just talking about doing just a couple of 2-3 minute exercises that really strengthens your neck area, and it releases a lot of the stress that people build up on here, whether it's stress from work, from home related things, or from just relationships or whatever. I just find that this is for a 2-3 minute exercise is really helpful to eliminate a lot of the stress that we carry on our shoulders every day. So that's why it's in there. Now, after you finish the secondary exercises, we have a third group of exercise that I want you to do, and that's your cardio right here. And this is what the cardio is right here. And there's two types of cardio that I want you to do. There's one type is where we do the 10 minutes of interval sprints, and a lot of you guys that have trained with me at the gym before, right? You guys will know that these sprints, these interval sprints are very powerful at developing a very strong heart very quickly. Matter of fact, if I had a choice, if you told me, hey, Ty, I need to get my heart stronger very quick, what should I do? I would use the interval sprints, because for 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week, I'll get your heart up like that and your cardio and your conditioning very fast. Even faster than running for 20 to 30 minutes a day on the treadmill. So, but you have a choice, it's up to you. And that's why I have these choices up here so that you can choose whichever one you want that best suits your personality and your lifestyle, right? Now, I don't have too many choices because I don't want you to get confused, because too many options can be very confusing for people, and it causes paralysis, paralysis through overanalysis, all right? So that's why I only have 2 here. Either you're gonna do the sprints for your cardio training, or you can do the aerobics training, which is like 20, 30 minutes, right? Of marathon running. That's just where you get on the treadmill, put it on like 4, 5, 6 miles per hour, and just run straight for 20, 30 minutes. And that's the most common one that everybody uses at the gym. Me personally, every time I do cardio, I always go with the 10 minutes of interval sprints, because I like to hit it hard, hit it fast, and get it done and be done with it, right? And I have better conditioning when I do it like that, because I take my heart rate up to a higher level than the ones that are just doing the marathon running. Now, occasionally when I'm training a client who has to run the 20 or 30 minute marathons on the treadmill, I'll do it with them to inspire them and to motivate them to keep them going, right? But in actuality, when I do my own personal training, and for all the athletes that I've trained, I only use the interval sprints, unless they're like a marathon runner or they're a high endurance athlete. Then I use the marathon type of running. Now, the next thing that I want to cover is the other half of the body that we're going to be training, and that's why I label it as the lower body and related muscles. And keep in mind, guys, not all the muscles in this group is going to be called, it's going to be part of the lower body, which is from the belly button on down. Some of it are going to be upper body exercise, but the reason why I group it together with it is because how they work together in harmony. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's remove this right here. Now, you'll see here that I have here as this group right here, again, is the primary muscle groups right here, right? That's the primary, and then we have the secondary muscle groups right here, and then we have the cardio down here. The cardio is going to be the same regardless if you do the lower body or the upper body, right? So pretty much on both the upper and lower body, the only muscle groups that really change are the primary muscle groups. The secondary and miscellaneous or insurance exercise groups right here will remain the same, and the cardio will definitely remain the same. So let's go up here. You'll see that the thighs right here, we'll have some exercises for the thighs. And again, just go down to the categories right here on the left side of my website. Look under the all the leg exercises, and then just select one for your thighs, and then select one for the hamstrings, and select one for the calves and the back and the biceps. Now, if you don't know, then just look at it and it'll say the ones are default for men and default for women. Just select those and plug them in. It's just plug and play, folks. Don't make it complicated. Don't make things too difficult for yourself. If you're a complete beginner, just select the default exercises, whether you're a man or woman, select those. And after you've been training it for, let's say, 1 or 2 training cycles, which consists of 6 weeks each, then after that, then you can come back and select an intermediate level exercise and do that for another 2 or 3 training cycles and then come back, right? I wouldn't recommend you do the advanced exercise unless you've been training for at least a year consistently, because those exercises are much more advanced and they can be very painful and very risky and injury-wise if you don't have enough muscle strength and conditioning already. So that's very simple, guys. Just go in there and select the ones that you want and just plug it into this formula right here and you're good to go. The same thing is here with abs, guys. Just look under the list of ab exercises and plug in the ones, and if you don't know which one, then just plug in the default ones, right? So now, here's something I just noticed here that I left out right here. So this is right here on the abs right here. This should be the front of the abs, and over here on this abs right here, this should be the sides, which is the obliques, right? I don't want to use all the fancy muscle names. All you gotta know is that it's the sides of your body or the front. That's it. Now, so here it is too, guys. So just go in there, look under categories, look under the list right here, and then just plug it in, guys. Right? Now, let me go ahead and change this because I think that this may confuse you guys right here. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna make this into leg exercises. That way it'll be easier for you to understand because not everybody runs around and calls their legs their thighs. So I'm gonna put that, maybe I ought to put S2 so that we have 2 legs. Well, unless some of you guys got 1 leg, then you still train it too. Okay, so that's how you would set it up, guys. So here's a really quick review, guys, so that we make sure that we're on the same page here. Once you determine in the first video, after you watch the first video and you determine whether you're gonna do a 4 times a week workout, 4 days a week, train for 3 days a week, or 2 days a week, whichever one you do, then you're gonna come over here and select. You already know which days you're supposed to do upper body and which days you're supposed to do lower body. So you come over here, you look at the chest exercise for the upper body day, and you go under the list of chest exercises I have, select the chest exercise to put it into here, into this formula, and then go down to the list of shoulder exercises, select one and put it in here, select one out of the traps, put it in here, select one from the triceps and put it in here. And again, folks, if you're not sure which one, then you're probably a beginner or you probably haven't worked out. If you haven't worked out for more than 3 to 4 months or have never worked out before, then just go with the default exercises for each muscle group. It's a no-brainer, it's the best exercise in the market, and you'll never go wrong with it. Those are the, matter of fact, just so you guys know, the only exercises that I use nowadays is just all the default exercises. I put the other ones in there just so that you guys can have some variation and some options because a lot of people don't think that they're not gonna make any progress if they don't change up the workouts. But later on, I'll show you guys how I change the workouts without changing the exercise, which is more effective than changing the exercise. Right? So right here, guys, same thing on the lower body right here and the related muscles. Select the leg exercise, plug it in here, select the hamstring and butt exercises, select it and put it in here. The calves, the back, and the biceps, right? Now, for the back right here, you guys, you'll notice that if you look under the list of exercises for the back muscles, I have it broken up into the wide, the elbow out. Right here, let me see, I think it's the wide elbow. And the close elbow. And when you go down there, I'll explain, if you go look under the category section and look under back exercise, it'll explain more to you what that means. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. And select one of those, either the wide elbow or the close elbow, and then plug it in here and play it, right? Same thing with biceps, abs, forearms, neck. And then at the end, you're gonna be doing some cardio, and it can consist of either 10 minutes of interval sprints or 20 to 30 minutes of marathon running. And that should conclude this portion right here on this video, guys, on how to select what exercises to put in for your upper body exercises and what to put in for your lower body exercises. And it should be a no-brainer, very simple, got it down, right? And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, I invite you guys to send this video also to let your friends know about it, your family to know about it, your coworkers, get them to sign on so that they don't have to go and pay for training, guys. Remember, when I was working at Gold's Gym at Tech Ridge in Austin, people were paying me $55 to $75 per hour, right, in US dollars to learn this system, guys. And I just want to make sure that you guys get the best of what I have. Thanks for watching this video, and leave a comment so I'll know how you feel about it, so I'll know to make better videos next time, guys. Thanks.